We're here in County Durham, pulling out a collection of cars and bikes, but I thought I'd give you a quick look round before we start taking stuff out. We've already taken 2 cars back to our site. Next 2 are pulled out ready to go, but if we come and have a quick look. Nice old standard. Got a Rolls Royce or Bentley when you have a good look at that. The grills and everything are off. There's a Mini Traveller on the other side there, which we'll have a look at in a second. It might look like chaos, but it is relatively well organised. Everything seems to have a place. We've got a 175cc Honda, a very nice Veloset, an old rally pedal bike, but it's got what's called a mini motor bolt-on engine, generated into a motorbike. Really cool. Any amount of tools, old school speakers. There's grills for cars that have gone a long time ago by the looks of things. Most interesting light shade setup I think I've ever seen. We've got a takeaway chic or something like that, maybe. Gentleman sadly died and left a lot of stuff to clear out. There's amazing sets of old tools, lathes, number plates for cars that have gone a long time ago. More grill, that's for a pre-war Morris down there. Rooms full of parts, but the whole point being that we're trying to trace back what we've got versus what we need. Got a different kind of vintage Escort. Boxes and boxes of that, if you're into that. Another room that was used as a motorbike workshop. Got this fabulous 150cc Lambretta skeleton, which I think might be the favourite thing so far. It's amazing, that really pretty. Another Lambretta, it's an Innocenti Lambretta. Piles and piles of BSA tanks, arches, exhausts, seats. There's stuff absolutely everywhere. The key bit is that we're taking all the vehicles. We don't want to miss any parts that might be a bit more difficult to find that will be in here somewhere, because this has all got to be cleared out by Christmas. Never seen so many sets of lights. Half of them don't even look like they've ever been fitted to a car. Like I say, we've already taken 2 out, there's 2 more to go now. This is, we need to do a bit more research, but it looks like it's a tick for drop head as well, which seems to be quite rare. Either a Rolls or a Bentley. Series 3 is what we're guessing, isn't it? It is all badged up Bentley under there, so I'm guessing it's a Series 3 Bentley, which is the later larger engine car, isn't it? Obviously half finished project, but we do believe that runs and drives. Already pulled some cars out of here, but we've got more headlamps, more parts, wheels. Another engine on a pallet with a gearbox. A very cool / terrifying lawnmower. Fabulous old Hudson, which we're currently piecing the wheels and all the bolts and everything together to go and get some tyres on that to get that rolling. We've already been through that, the engine's been rebuilt. He's obviously on with the bodywork. And then behind that, another large pre-war Peerless saloon car. Plan is we'll get everything dragged out. We're not going to film too much of the dragging out because we're a bit short staffed today. Drag it out, make sure we get all the parts that we can for each car, get them back to base, and start photographing them. So we've just got the tyres back from the tyre shop. Much more complicated than your more modern wheel. Obviously standard tyre, but they do have an inner tube. Then you've got this metal outer rim which actually has to go in, and then you need a specific tool which you'll see there to expand it to take on the actual tyre. Then you have this clamp system, so there's a clamp going through onto a captive nut on the other side, which then clamps the actual inner section and the hub to the outer rim. So it wasn't an easy task. It was about 5 hours to get those tyres all mounted up. At least they're good. We can go and get them on the car. There's a slightly complicated backside of this that goes onto the hub, which I'll show you when we're with the car. And we can get the car out of there. So as you can see, it's a Morris Mini Traveller, with the wood and everything on the sides. Now because this one, we don't have any number plates, we don't have a logbook for it, the only sort of ID we can take off this one, you'll have to excuse some dodgy camera because we do have the plaques down here, but we do have M obviously denoting that it's a Morris, A and W which are telling us that it's an estate and that it's a Mark 1. We believe 65 to 67, there's a few telltale signs. So starting with the grille, it is that earlier style grille, and then it does have the what you call the ribbed roof as opposed to the flat roof, and then the location of where the seatbelts are. Not all that information's come from me, I can't profess to be all that knowledgeable. I do know my minis fairly well, but I do have a couple of good phone numbers in my telephone that will help with that. As you can see, obviously a restoration project, looks to be mostly complete. Nice early car, so it is worth doing. Most difficult of all of the ones I've had to move, the Peerless pre-war sedan. Actually, Peerless, an American car company, which actually they popularized the drum brake among other things. Went out of business in the 30s. They made these large sort of luxury sedans. This one, as you can see, the tyres are absolutely toast. This one in particular, so it doesn't really roll very easily. We do have brand new tyres ready to go with it, along with other things like a brand new tank. It does appear to be mostly complete. Easily the most difficult, like I say, to have got loaded, but we're here, we're done. Again, like I say, looks to be nice and complete. Engine's all there from what we can tell. Nice big 6-cylinder there. The headlamps are in amazing condition, and I'm guessing they've been refinished and put back on, as do things like the badge. Like the badge is lovely, radiator mascot. So yeah, pre-war Peerless. We'll pour over it, have a look at VIN numbers and things like that, try and work out exactly what it is. I believe it's 1925, but again, we'll look into that a bit more and put it all on the website along with some photos, videos. Perfect time to film just when there's a train going past. But we might as well go inside and have a good look at everything else, see what we've got. Starting at the back, we've got this 1929 DeSoto 6, or Super 6, sorry, which is obviously their large pre-war sedan. This one comes complete with Reginald, hence why we are now calling this the Reginald Collection. This one, Toby's already been through. We've got that one running and driving. Actually drives quite well. Really lovely looking car, condition wise, about what you'd expect for a nice pre-war sedan like this. Generally very good, happy to put it on a show field. The odd little mark and blemish here and there, but nothing you can hold against it. I mean, it's nearly 100 years old. Generally very, very nice. It's another car with those same style wheels with the clamps on that we've had to do for the Hudson. The next car is this 1963 Morris Oxford. This one was in the Bewley Museum from what looks like the 80s up until sort of 2003, 2004 when it was sold by Bonhams and went into private collection. Mileage wise is nice and low. I believe we've got enough paperwork to back that up as well. So we've got 36,900 odd miles on it. Looks to be very original. Doesn't look like it's had anything or much in the way of paint work. Chrome work, for example, is fabulous. Really interesting car that. We'll do some more digging on that. All these cars will be photographed, videoed. Each one will get a sort of 10-15 minute walk around video detailing exactly what they are, what we know about them, service history, all that sort of stuff. So if you check the website, you'll see them. And again, these are all being sold without reserve. We now have this standard 12. It's a drop head coupe. The drop heads were actually done by Tickford of all people. We do have the arch. So again, one of the nice things about this collection, the chap that put them all together, everything when he took it apart or whatever he did, he kept all the parts for everything. Even with that Hudson putting the wheels back together, all the bolts were there, all the nuts were there. Again, this one, we're less likely to get started due to the fact that the engine is not there. It is on a pallet over there, and it does actually look like it's had quite a lot of work done to it, so it's certainly worth the work to put back together. After that, we've got this 1947 Hillman Minx drop head coupe. Again, we haven't had this one running yet. Toby has had a brief look at it and is fairly confident he can get it to run. Roof, as you can see, seen better days. These are actually quite a pretty car when they're done. After that one, we've got the 56 Bentley S1. So the S1's the earlier car, so the S1 and 2 and 3, based on the Rolls-Royce Cloud. The 1 was the 4 1/4 engine. The 2s and 3s had the more desirable 6 and 1/4. But actually, this looks like, again, it's had some work done on it. Obviously, the metalwork's been flattened down. That's shut, but we'll put a video on there. We pulled it away, not really knowing where any of the parts are, and as we pulled more cars out, handily we've found pretty much everything that's missing. All the wood, all labelled up, front and rear bumpers. The rest of the wood trim is boxed up, ready to go. The interior, the door cards, the carpets, everything he's taken off the car, the lamps, everything, all stored nice and neatly, and more importantly and most expensively, got the grille with the mascot, which is in nice condition. This one, which again we showed you the wheels, bit of a nightmare to get them done, but now they're on. Genuinely the easiest car out of the whole lot to push around. This one is the one I'm guessing he was doing the majority of the work on when he sadly died. You can see things like the grille have been done, lovely condition. A lot of the metalwork's in primer, or it's just in the stages of being done. He's put a new cloth, almost launderette style back on it. These lovely twin wheel clamps. We've got the outer frames for those. If we look in the trunk at the back, there's loads more parts in there, all labelled up. He's put a receipt for himself of what he actually put in there. We found receipts in the car for work and parts that he bought in 2007. But yeah, really, really nice, interesting car, that one. And then again with this one as well. Engine looks like it's been right through. Lovely and clean and tidy in there. It's definitely been worked on. Now the clutch is off the car, as is the gearbox, which you can see there. But they are there. There's a new clutch for it. Bottom of the bench is there, the top's there, the backs are there. So again, lovely and complete. Comes with some spare tyres, things like that. Amazingly, we managed to come back on day 2 pulling the cars out, and this TR7 appeared as well. Sort of the ugly duckling of the TR range, but actually they do drive very, very well. And actually, weirdly today, that's the best selling TR of them all. So there you go. And then motorbikes, we've got this Honda CD175, which has a nice touch on it. It's got, still going through the heat on the top of the exhaust, bottom of the exhaust rotted out. Kind of interesting. So we've got a CD175. This Veloset LE 1961, nice plate on it. That one's in lovely condition again. Toby's had a good look at that. He thinks he'll get that running. We've already had the next one running, this Lambretta. It's a 150D, which is the sort of skeleton one. It doesn't have the sides on like a normal one does. Really nice condition. Toby's had that running and ridden it around the yard. Same story with this one. Again, he's had a look at this one. We'll probably have that one running as well. But check each individual list and we'll detail what we know about it, what we've got in the way of service history, what we know as far as it runs. Each one will get a video, so if it does run, we'll fire it up, do the cold start, all that sort of stuff. And then the final thing, we've got this Raleigh pedal bike, which has got this lovely mini motor engine on it, which comes, it was like a catalogue order thing, really, really cool. Again, we'll have a good go getting that started, but more importantly, all of this stuff, like I say, what we're calling now the Reginald Collection, is to be sold without reserve the end of January. If you check our website, we'll go through each of these. They'll get a full photos, set of photos, full description, full walk around video. But of course, you can come in person and have a look at any car you want, or you can come on auction day as well, in person again, or bid live online, or you can do over the telephone, whatever you want. But if you've got any questions, you want any more information, you want to ask why my camera's so shaky, that's just me end of a long day, too many Red Bulls, then just please get in touch. Thank you.